joining us. This past year, the girls of Chelmsford Girl Scout Troop 67512 collectively decided that they wanted to give back to the community using the funds from the proceeds for selling Girl Scout cookies. So thank you everyone who has purchased cookies over the past couple of years. That has funded this project, and we couldn't have done it without you. They especially wanted to do something for this place that they really love. They all mentioned Friendship Park as a place in town that they wanted to do something for. So we talked about what we could do, and the little free library seemed like a good choice. They were involved in the whole process, from speaking to the Roberts Field Advisory Committee to planning what it would look like, including the color scheme, and they also helped to build the library and fill it with books at the very end. For everyone who's not familiar with the Little Free Library, this is going to be free of charge to anybody who is looking for a new book to read. If you have an old book that you're done with, you can donate it to the library, or you can take one that you see in here that you'd like to read on your own. The idea is that our Girl Scout troop is going to be the stewards of this library for several years, and then they're going to hand down the stewardship to another Girl Scout troop in town so that we can keep it going for years to come, and it will always be tended to and filled with books. So on behalf of Girl Scout Troop 67512, we'd like to present to the Roberts Field Advisory Committee and the Select Board, our friends and neighbors of the Chelmsford community, with the Friendship Park's Little Free Library. You girls want to grab some of the rope? We'll rip the rope.
And gently. Pull down, pull down.
There it is.
Do you want to like open it up
Someone open it?
and
Yeah.
maybe take a book out and show people could just exchange books? So you already have it filled with some books, right?
Yes.
And people could come over and take a book and board, and then maybe bring some books back later if they want.
Exactly. Yep.
Bring out one more book again? Did you bring out one more book again?
So while you're here at the park, you can pull out a book and read it. You can put it back if you're done with it. You can put new books inside. You can bring them home with you.
On a hot day like today, you could take one to the shade when you're done running around.
All right, nice job,
Beautiful.
girls.
Good job, girl.
We have. Sure, Alyssa would love to say.
So I'm here with some beautiful young ladies who are Girl Scouts. Look at that nice hat you have there too. Is that a new Girl Scout hat or a new? Anyway, it's nice. And here are some more of the Girl Scouts here today, and they're going to tell us a little bit about how they built this, or what it was like, and who had the idea. Who had the idea for this? Okay. You could. Who wants it? You could say something. Anybody? No. Did you enjoy building it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And how long did it take you to build it? About? No.
I'd say about like maybe a couple months, maybe.
A couple of months? Nice.
From
Probably a
planning.
couple months.
Yeah.
The
Couple
building
of
was
months?
probably 2 to 3 weeks.
And you, did you have some help with your parents or guardians? Maybe? Because it looks so beautiful. Look at the different colors. Who had the idea to paint it those colors?
We all voted for the colors. We took like a survey.
Oh, you all voted. Isn't that very democratic of you? And so did you enjoy working on it? Nice. And how long have you been in Scouts? Is this like 1, 2, 3 years?
I've been since first grade.
3 years, nice. And then you're going to become well, you are a Girl Scout now, right? So, wonderful.
They just became juniors.
Oh, juniors,
So-
right?
Many of them are wearing their brownie vests because we built it while they were brownies, but they just bridged to juniors at the
What?
beginning of this month.
Nice. Are you all in the same, do you call them troops? Do you have a troop, like the Boy Scouts or troops?
Yep.
And what's your troop number?
The long
Oh,
one.
67512. 67512, and that's a Chelmsford troop?
Yep.
Together since these girls were in kindergarten.
Since they were in kindergarten, wow.
How many of you were in it in kindergarten? We do have a few original
Wow,
members.
nice.
Juliana, you were in it in kindergarten.
Oh.
Yeah.
Giuliani,
And then Alyssa, you joined in first grade.
first grade. And then could I ask where you meet? Do you meet at a church or a school or something?
You know where we meet?
Center school?
Which school?
Center school?
Oh, Center School, right there on Route 110, Billerica Road. Nice. And how often do you meet?
Like every Monday? Every 2 Mondays?
Every other Monday.
Every other Monday. Wonderful. So you all love Girl Scouts, right? I hope
Yes.
so, and you're going to learn so much as you already have, I'm sure. Well, thank you for talking with us today. Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
These girls do represent most of the schools in town. While we meet at Center School, they come from all the different elementary schools.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to say your name? Why don't we go around and you could say your name and maybe how old you are? Is that okay? Okay. Great. So, what's your name, please?
Alyssa, and I'm 9.
Alyssa's 9. Hi, Alyssa.
I'm Linnea, and I'm 9 as well. Linnea.
Linnea is 9 as well. Nice.
I'm Liliana, and I'm 8 years old.
Nice. You're going to be a tall young lady, huh? At 8 years old. Wow. And what is your name?
Annika, and I'm 7.
Annika and 7. Thank you for being here, Annika.
I'm Arwa, and I'm 9 years old.
Arla, 9. Nice to meet you.
Arwa.
Arwa, I'm sorry.
I'm Lucy, and I'm 9 years old.
Lucy is 9 years old.
I'm Emma, and I'm 9 years old.
Emma is 9 years old. Hi, Emma.
I'm Julia, and I'm 9.
What's your first name again?
Julia.
Julia is 9 years old. And let's get the Scott. Are you the troop leader?
I'm,
What do you
yeah, I'm one of the troop leaders.
one of the troop leaders.
I'm Diana.
Diana.
Do I need to give my age?
No. And we have some. Are you a leader as well?
I am, yes. My name is Kara.
Kira? Hi, and you're one of the leaders?
Yes.
And you go every Monday or every other Monday, right?
Yes.
And are you a leader as
I'm a
well?
volunteer.
Very important
He's
volunteer.
John.
wearing a T-shirt that
I'm
says
John.
Very important volunteer.
"Man enough to be a Girl Scout."
That's right.
Yay! Well, thank you all, and we'll see you at your next project. Okay?
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Among our original members as
Girl Scouts!
and I've been with them since then. And then Michael was here at that time. Her daughter got too busy and they moved on. Luckily,
Yeah, girls, you want to hand out the bookmarks?
Yeah. Can I have some bookmarks?
Some right down the table.
Check out our
Oh,
library.
wonderful, wonderful.
And we've got these
Look,
custom
Allie's
bookmarks
here.
for you.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
It's got the French Park Literacy Library, the troop member, then it's got
Should we
kind
give it
of
out
some
to
of
the kids?
Oh, beautiful.
Anybody, yep.
I'll use it
I mean,
for
Miss
information.
Julia, stay within here.
I'm
Like,
taking
don't,
out too.
like,
Let
you don't
me,
need to go over there.
We'll get a little of the crowd here. Some of our friends from at Friendship Park. Hi. Hi.
Hi there.
Andover Public Schools.
That's right. That's where I work,
Hey.
but the family is here.
And there's Virginia and Pat are here.
That's right. The hoi polloi.
Well, this is Tom Christiano, and I'm at the Roberts Field with Bill Askenburg, who is leading a volunteer group to do a lot of work over here at Roberts Field for many years. And we're here on June 25th, 2022. And Bill is going to talk a little bit about it, the new things that they have at Roberts Field now, and they're still being worked on, because you could see the orange fencing around some of these fields. So Bill, what's this? This is an exercise area? What do you call it?
Yeah, so this is one of the it's one of the 4 new exercise circuits here at the field. Each of the 4. There's one in each corner of the new around the new walking track, and you can see that they're also working on leveling out the new baseball fields.
Yeah, this is a, what's he, a DPW worker?
No, I think this is a firm that the DPW contracted with to get the fields finished. So they've got to level that out, that clay out, and then they've got to put the fencing on the backstops, and then they'll be ready. So the DPW is taking they seeded the grass in the fields last year, I believe,
Oh.
and they're going to let it root and grow through the fall of this year, so that it can get a good chance to establish itself.
Nice.
That's why that part's still roped off.
Nice.
And so the new walking track around the fields is a big addition to the park. It's really people seem to be really happy with that.
Yeah, here's a walking track here that I'm showing you now. And it goes around the entire field.
It does. So it's about a third of a mile. So 3 times around will give you about a mile of a walk.
Oh, 3 times for a mile.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that's kind of nice. And I know a lot of folks in the neighborhood are using it. My family's actually walked their dogs out here around it. I've seen people riding bikes and walking and stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great addition to it. It complements the nature trails in the woods as well. So it is a very nice addition.
And there's a pond over to the left, in back of the fire station. Is that called, what's that pond called? The Roberts Field Pond? Or-
Yeah, there's not
You
really.
haven't named it
never
yet,
had.
Christian?
It hasn't gotten a name yet. It's just the
Yeah.
pond to be named later, I guess maybe. But yeah, it's funny when I drove up. It's as part of the master plan process that we went through. One of the goals was to that was a few years ago. One of the goals was to have the pond dredged, because what's happened is that pond was actually dug in the 70s, I believe it was, late 70s, by the Corps of Engineers and the Chelmsford JCs, which I think were active back in that time. But it was dug as a skating pond, obviously, which is what it primarily is used for. But it's shallow, so over the years, the sediment from the leaves and things that have fallen into it have filled it up. So now, if you look at it, there's grass around the entirety of the inside of the pond. So one of the goals is to have that dredged. So that's something that the DPW is pulling together some costs for, and we're actually in line for a state grant to have that paid for. So hopefully in the next few years, that'll be something that we can get done and make sure that pond stays a pond and doesn't become another field. That's kind of where it's heading now. So.
Oh, yeah, if the grass continued to grow,
Yeah.
it would become another field eventually.
Right.
So that's why it needs to be dredged.
Exactly, and it's not a spring-fed pond; it's a man-made pond, so
I
it's just going to always kind of take that course. So
Yes,
yeah, so that's one of the goals. But yeah, the 4 stations were installed last fall, I believe, winter fall, and they'll be open probably in the next couple of weeks. They need to do a few more equipment checks on it.
This looks like a climbing area or something here.
Yeah, each of the 4 stations kind of focuses on different things. Some do cardio, some do stretching, some are sort of more senior focus.
Do you know what this might be for?
It's probably balance. I don't know. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing too, is adding in some signage that sort of shows recommended exercises for each of the equipment. So.
You think this is for pull-ups?
Yeah, it looks like it would be for pull-ups or hanging or stretching. They're all you're kind of multi-use. So.
And here's a bench here too, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that's for unless somebody brings in weights or something.
Well, leg lifts,
or
things
leg
like
lifts.
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could do
You could do push-ups.
and sit-ups. You
Yep.
could put your feet there, and you could
Absolutely.
have a difficult, with an incline, sit-up,
Right.
which I'm zooming in now. Isn't that easy to do sometimes? Nice. So there's 4 of these.
Yeah. So there's 4
Exercise
stations
areas.
that ring the walking path, and all of these were nice new additions, funded through town meeting and through CPC funds.
Town meeting and CPC, Community
Yeah.
Preservation
Right. Or CPA
Funds.
funds, right?
And look at the green grass here. That's new too, isn't it? All this grass on the
Yeah,
fields?
very new. So that's hopefully those will be opened up later in the fall, and then Chelmsford Youth Baseball will, like they have in the past, will be using these 2 fields primarily for their under 11 age groups.
These 2 big fields here?
Yeah, this is Fitz Field, and that one over there is Lupien Field. So these 2 will go into their organization to be able to be used by them. Probably, I would hope next year, since they'll have the fields open then. And then the front is a multi-use soccer field open area.
Right.
So That's if you remember back when we started the project, the baseball field used to be more in the middle, and the soccer field was back in the back. And they shifted that so that we could put the backstops closer to the fence line to give people more of a across the park view, so it doesn't block the view. So I think it really works out well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope some of the older kids and adults could use these baseball fields as well, because they're going to be beautiful, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's a public park, so it's all open for public use. Yeah. So.
And if no one has reserved the parks, I think they'll let me know that young people or old people could come and play.
Oh yeah.
Just
for
like
sure.
I used to go to Hamilton Park
Right.
and play baseball when nobody was there with my friends, and we
Yeah.
had a great time.
Right. Well, the nice thing too about the front, the soccer field, lacrosse field, multi-use field in the front is that it's open and it's not going to be striped. So it could be, a soccer field, football field, kite flying area, picnic area, whatever it may be. So you've got this nice big grassy open field now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's really kind of changed the look of the park. So.
And all that grass is new over the last few years, isn't it? Wasn't it like not as nice, the grass?
Well, the whole
part?
field was leveled and graded. So I don't know if you remember what it used to be like, but there were huge divots in the field.
Oh.
Everything was leveled, and they brought in, I don't even know what the final count was, but it was hundreds of loads of loam. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember back when they were doing the construction, there was a mountain of dirt that was in the front that you couldn't see. It was like literally 50 to 100 feet tall. It was huge.
Oh my God, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
there was a ton of dirt that went into this area to kind of level it out. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been a long process.
Yeah. And if we zoom over this way, we could see the Friendship, what do you call it, Friendship Park?
Yep, so that's
Yeah.
Friendship Park Playground.
Friendship Park.
And,
And look at that playground. It's just amazing what has been done over the last, 3 years, Bill, or more?
We opened it 3 years ago. We started planning for it, I think, 5 years ago. It's kind of just been ongoing since then. So the newest additions today, we were just a Girl Scout troop installed a little free library, so that's something that's kind of new. We're also going to be putting some signage in
Nice.
in the next few months or so.
And then you cleared out this area here under these trees. There was a lot of bittersweet under there,
Yeah,
Bill?
this whole area that we're standing in now was really all just bittersweet and poison ivy for the most part.
Oh my God, that's
So,
hard to clear out.
So yeah, we cleared out all of the bittersweet out of these 3 trees, which it was choking out these butternut trees. So it was nice to be able to save those guys. And then we put down some weed block and added wood chips. So now we've got kind of a pseudo shady spot for a picnic table if we can get to find the funds or volunteer to fund that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And even maybe a couple of tables, but at least one
Yeah,
would be nice
sure.
if people could have picnics over there.
But yeah, the playground is bustling. It's certainly well used. I think a lot of people come from all around to go to it, and I've really only heard positive reviews of it. So
It's
we're all
been well
really happy.
used, right? You were
Yeah.
saying, right, Bill?
Yeah, for sure. And then the Country Creamery opened in the corner down there, and that's a great addition to the park. They've got soft serve ice creams and coffees and pastries and things. So they seem to be doing really well. They've got
Yes.
some windows open that they're serving people out of. It's great. Yeah, it's a great addition. So.
It is. It's very popular. I see about it, read about it on Facebook,
Yeah.
the Country Creamery, and there's people lined up for their coffees in the morning and their muffins, and later the soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, and they've got a Dole Whip there that's really fantastic. So we may have to head over that way after we finish this to to get some. So yeah, it's everything is really kind of coming together for the park. This has been it's been a long process.
Yes.
We've been working on this since I guess it's been about 13 years now.
13 years?
Yeah, between
Oh my God.
the trails in the park and Pollinator Park, and then all the other work, it's been about 13 years. Yeah.
And just quickly to mention, around the pond there's a beautiful walkway that I walked to about a month ago, and beautiful work has been done with the boardwalks around, It's a ton of work that Bill and I guess the other volunteers put it all together.
Yeah, all
It's
volunteer
just
efforts.
amazing.
Yeah, all volunteer efforts, and we've had different volunteers build different boardwalks in the wet, seasonally wet areas, and then we've also added wood chips to kind of help with the roots. That's another thing that's been going on recently is the 3 trees inside of the playground, because there's so much heavy foot traffic, and there has been heavy foot traffic in there, obviously for a long time. But it was compacting and damaging the trees, specifically this red maple right here, which is sort of the jewel of the playground.
Oh yes.
So recently the DPW had a private contractor come in and aerated the roots, gave it some fertilizer. They added in some wood chips to it to help keep the compaction.
And I'll take a video shot of it.
Yeah, so hopefully that tree is in decline. Hopefully we can stretch out its lifespan a
Oh,
little
it is
bit.
because it looks pretty good from here.
Yeah, the tops are a little thin, so it's definitely in decline. Some people have estimated that it only has between 5 and 8 years more life left in it, but hopefully with the work that they recently put into it, that'll be extended out,
I
because
hope so.
it's a big part of the playground. I mean, not only just from the shade standpoint, but just the look of it. It's
Yes.
we really kind of designed the playground more or less around the trees.
Yes, it's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Bill, for talking with
Oh,
us
thanks
today
for coming out. Yeah.
on Chelmsford News. I'm Tom Christiano. This is Bill Askenburg. And Bill has done a ton of work over many years on this park, along with many of his volunteers.
A lot of
And
people have done a lot for this park. Yeah, it's
and it's
definitely been a
amazing.
community effort. Yeah.
And the children and their families and anybody who wants to come, they have a beautiful resource right here in Chelmsford. On what's that street, name street?
Old Westford Road. Yeah, it's at the corner of Old Westford Road and Westford Street.
Yeah.
We're also we had a very successful bench sponsorship initiative, and so we've got some new metal benches and granite benches that are going to be around the perimeter of the walking track too. So a lot of people stepped up and helped to pay for those, and those should be installed hopefully later this summer, early fall.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And thanks a lot, Bill.
Thank
It was
you.
great talking with you today.
Good talking to you. Thanks, Tom. Here, sell me a bomb.
I'm over at the ice cream truck at Roberts Field. It's Le Dip, right? What's your truck called? John Le Dip?
John Saladip, yes.
John's Le Dip. And John is a great guy. He usually comes to our farm fair for the Historical Society every September. And he's a great guy.
Thank you.
He has reasonable prices, and he often gives people water for free.
That's good. We're good.
No.
Well, you gave me too much.
Give me $2.
All right.
It's
Okay.
Bill Askenburg here. We're at Roberts Field. So how are things going here, by the way, with your truck at Roberts Field?
She's all right.
How many years have you been coming here now?
Oh, 38 years.
38
Not
years.
in the park here,
Oh,
but I'm in the town for 38 years. Yeah.
You've been selling ice cream for
Yeah.
38 years?
Yeah.
Wow. How do you like it, selling ice cream?
I love it.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
job, I
I
think.
like the job. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is this your picture here in this old...
This is my ice cream man when I was 5 years old.
Oh, when you were 5 years old,
Yeah,
that was your ice cream man.
1960.
Wow.
No kidding. Wow.
But this one over here, I'm on the picture. It's 1967 at the elementary school.
Oh, at the elementary school.
Yeah, in
Nice.
Cyprus, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see. Your name is John, right? And-
Yeah.
You're such a great
Everybody
guy.
know me.
Yeah. And hopefully you'll have a great summer here at Roberts Field and everywhere
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, thank you. I'm around. They know.
Good. Thank you. Well, I'll go back and get the whole truck, okay?
Yeah,
I'll
all
zoom back here.
All
Thank you,
right.
John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. And there's his truck. You're welcome to walk by, Bill, if you want. And there's John at the doorway of his truck. Oh, and there's your phone number, right? Is that a good phone number for you?
Yeah, that's my phone, yeah.
If anybody like is having a party and they want to line up
I
a...
call this number
an
and
ice cream
they
truck?
text me the address and I go.
Good. And here's a lot of the ice cream types that John carries over here on the side of the truck. So it's great to see you, John. Thank you.
Bye, bye. Thank you.
Bye now.